Following her tragic defeat at the hands of Kayla Harrison, Julianna Peña just made a post-fight statement on her Instagram, captioning, "Thank you to the fans who lifted me with your love and encouragement during this fight camp. I love you all, I love you too, and feel so grateful for all the support and energy you guys give me. It truly means the world. I'm sorry I wasn't able to get the job done. I'm super disappointed, but hats off to Kayla on her win. Time to get healed up and ready for her next fight because I'm calling dibs on the winner." Okay, I was with her throughout almost this entire post. She was cooking until she wasn't. I was vibing with this. She had me until she said, "I'm calling dibs on the winner." Like, what? Like, are you serious? You just lost the belt that you never defended in both reigns, mind you. You've been champ 7 months each time you had the belt, not even a year. And again, you're basically calling for an automatic title shot, basically saying, my next fight is for the belt at whoever wins between Kayla and Amanda. Come on, Peña. You gotta know when to say when. When you did this 2 years ago, when you lost the rematch to Nunes, even though when you were booked to get the automatic trilogy and it wasn't really deserved, it made sense because there was a storyline, you know? You were already champ the first time and, you know, you had that win over Amanda and you knew that a trilogy would have been one of the biggest fights ever in women's MMA, even though the second fight was one-sided. That first fight was one of the biggest upsets ever. And there was that narrative that, I was thrown off by Amanda's southpaw stance, and this time I'm going to be ready for the southpaw stance. And then on Nunes' end, she had her excuses from the first fight. They both had their own excuses for why they lost to each other, and there could have definitely been a chance for some closure in a trilogy. And there's a storyline for a trilogy. It made sense. And plus, women's bantamweight was so shallow that there was really no true deserving contender of the belt, or no clear contender. I mean, you could have said Irene Aldana, who got it anyway, or Raquel because of her win streak, but no one wanted to see her fight Nunes again. So at the time, it made sense doing that. And here I was thinking that she's changed. Here I was thinking that, you know what? She's going to know that she doesn't deserve a title shot, that she just lost to Kayla, never defended the belt. Surely this must mean that she knows that she has to get in line and start fighting contenders and defending her number one spot, right? To get back in contention, right? But no. She's stuck in this delusional mindset of, every time I lose the belt, I deserve a rematch. I deserve the next title shot. I only fight for world titles. Which, it's getting harder to defend Julianna Peña every time she does this. I'm going to be honest, because, look, I am still a ride-or-die Julianna Peña fan, but I can't back every career decision she makes. I can't back every single statement or claim that she makes. And right here is where I got to draw the line. Like, Peña, if you're listening, which you probably aren't, but you don't deserve a shot at the belt. Your next fight is not going to be the winner of Nunes versus Harrison. And you think, if Amanda wins, you think she's going to give you a shot coming off a loss to Kayla? No. If Kayla wins, she's probably not even going to be fighting at bantamweight much longer anyway because of this cut. She might win and then call it a career, or go back to PFL where she can, like, be bloated again. But even if, let's say, she sticks around after beating Amanda, do you think she's going to want to give you another chance when you haven't earned it? When literally there's other contenders in line on the come up? Amanda Nunes is already talking about fighting Norma Dumont. She's not going to want to fight you again. The UFC, they're going to be invested in the next girl coming up, which is Norma Dumont. Norma Dumont has dibs on the winner. And the fight to make should probably be yourself and Norma to decide that. Or Norma has the right. She has the right to be entitled to wait for the winner. Not you. She does because she's literally on a win streak. What you got to do is you either got to fight Dumont or you gotta fight maybe Ketlin Vieira. I don't know if the UFC would give her someone coming off a loss. Like, Macy Chasson wouldn't be a bad fight. Irene Aldana wouldn't be a bad fight, but they're coming off of losses. A Raquel rematch wouldn't be a bad fight either. I mean, that last fight was close. A lot of fans didn't think you won. Raquel would want that back, and that would be a chance for you to leave no doubt this time, is by fighting Raquel again. But, yeah, she's not going to get the next shot. There's no way. And what I think is going to happen going forward is Juliana is going to lose the game of attrition to the UFC. I think she's going to play the waiting game. She's going to decline whatever other fight is offered and say, I'm only fighting for the belt. But what's going to happen is Nunes versus Harrison's going to play out. It's going to be done and over with. Peña's going to be claiming, I'm next, but she's not going to be next. Norma Dumont will get the winner of the next fight. Unless Kayla wins and then vacates, then maybe Peña might get lucky and get a vacant title shot at Norma. But in all likelihood, Dumont's going to be next. Peña's not going to get the shot. And then she's going to have to either retire or be like, fuck it, I got to take another fight with another contender. And I think what Dana's got to do, I think Dana's got to have a talk with her, or Sean Shelby, or Mick Maynard. One of these matchmakers got to have a talk with her and say, if you want the next title shot, all you got to do is fight one of these contenders behind you. And if you win, you're guaranteed next. But you can't get a shot. You can't get a title shot by sitting and doing nothing. Like, one of these matchmakers got to have a talk with her, or her team, her manager, somebody on her team, someone in her support system has to talk some damn sense into her. But I think she's got a lot of yes men on her team, unfortunately. And I hate to say that. I'm not trying to shade Juliana or her coaches or her manager or anyone in her support system, but she doesn't have that person managing her career decisions or telling her what decisions she should make. You know, they're not keeping her in check. So she be making these wild statements, these wild decisions, and it's just, yeah, I'm just not for it, man. But I honestly predict Julianna Peña is probably not going to be fighting much longer anyway, because usually fighters who have that title fight or bust kind of mindset, their careers get cut pretty short. Because Stipe, when he was like this, although that entitlement was earned on his end, he retired soon after, okay? He waited out for his rematch with DC, got it, and then lost to Ngannou, and then waited out for another title shot, wasn't going to fight for anything less but world titles, got his opportunity again, lost, retired. Same thing happened to Joanna. Well, she did, her last fight was a non-title fight, but you get the point. She took that fight with the purpose of, I'm going to fight for the belt next, and it didn't happen, so she retired. Dominic Cruz, well, actually not really the same because he fought non-title fights after losing to Henry, but yeah, what's going to happen with Peña is if she loses her next fight and knows she can't fight for a belt again, I don't know if she's going to keep sticking around and risking going on a losing streak, especially because she's on the older side of her career. So I feel like for her, she's got to win her next fight or she's probably going to be done. And if she fights for the belt again somehow and loses, she's definitely going to be done. And she already said that, she's going to be done in like 1 or 2 fights anyway. So, but we'll see. I mean, I hope not. I don't want her to retire. I want her to rethink this decision, take a fight, win, hopefully, and then we'll see what's next. But, let me know your thoughts in the comments.